Hello, this is Vance, and this is Wednesday, November the 30th, 2016. And I just want to do a quick overview of the day because of the OPEC meeting today has probably driven prices up significantly. From the overnight, we had virtually a $4 move from 45.21. Or if you look at from yesterday's low was 44.82. And today's high so far is 49.10. So that is $4 increase in price of oil, and most of it took place, well, almost all of it took place overnight, which is pretty significant. I had spoken over the last couple of days that volatility would likely pick up as we got closer to maybe some kind of agreement or not. This indicates that OPEC is close to an agreement, but there's nothing official as of yet, not that I'm aware of. I've seen some of the news wires talked about why this. I mean, first of all, I saw this movement from the overnight, and I wanted to look to see what kind of announcements had been made, because this means that it's positive. It looks like if there's an agreement, most oil traders expect that the price of oil will rise above $50 a barrel. And because of the fact that, because of the quotas that they're expecting anywhere from 500 to 1 million barrels a day reduction or freeze in output. That's what the experts are talking about. But for price action trading, for trading a slow hand method, really what we need to look at is, the magnitude and the volatility in this market, and where the areas of support and resistance are, particularly for trading today. The other question is that the other thing to keep in mind, is the fact that this is a DOE report today at 10:30, and that can affect prices strongly as well. So if you put those two news events on top of each other, it might result in significant movement right around 10:30 or so. So we'll have to wait and see. For me, I would recommend is that because the magnitudes are so great, and what I mean by magnitudes is that compressed time frames, when you have a news event or when the market is jittery, has a certain anxiety around it, that any small news event might drive the market one way or the other. Market's driven by fear and greed, and right now it's extremely fearful and extremely greedy. So that's why these moves are fairly dramatic over the last few days, and in particular today. As you can see, that movement that took place, things are probably maybe compressed a little bit and slow down a bit prior to the announcement or prior to the DOE report this morning at 10:30. There was talk of maybe a slight build of the API report, American Petroleum Institute report yesterday, and whether or not that translates into the DOE projection for a build or not today remains to be seen. Sometimes it happens like last week where the differences were dramatic, and we had our price rise last week because it was expected to be a build, and it was a bigger draw than expected. So for today, I would suggest that you just be a little more cautious about placing trades before 10:30. And right now, I'm just sitting on the sidelines watching how things unfold. Haven't really drawn any real lines here. We've had this revisit to these bottoms, this double bottom right here. If I am going to paint these lines, you can see that there's lower highs or higher lows in this area. We had it's a little bit steeper. I don't know. Something like that. And then we have another area like this. If you have trouble drawing your lines from the bottoms because it's kind of spiky or whatever it may be, try drawing them from the top and then copy them, moving it down. And vice versa. If you have trouble drawing it from the top, move it to the bottom. That can be somewhat helpful, especially when you're looking at trends on the way up and on the way down. These are, even though they're trends, they're really large bars and they're pretty rapid movements. You can see that there's really nowhere. This is a dramatic move. I would say this is more like a measured move from here. Makes a high, first move. You have this pullback to here. Could be here. First pullback, second pullback from the low. See this move here, almost right at the bottom. So that's really a measured move. There's 2 moves down here. Here, 1 move up. First pullback to here. Second pullback. Another measured move. Didn't quite get there. A little bit short. But now you could say that this is a double top. Right here. Well, from the side, you can see this is looks like where price had hesitation. You could probably draw it in here like this. Area of support and resistance. And so if we move this down to here, is this an area where we're going to see another bounce right in this area? Price bounced here, came back down here, where we're going to stack up here looking for price to retrace to this area. So that's just kind of a overview. If I was looking at this, maybe if price kind of breaks down a little bit further, might take a trade as long as your stop is below here. But in this case, if you look at like this, we haven't really had a break of this short-term trend channel. Never had a real break of it. On the high side, haven't broken the EMA on this side or held above it. Price comes back up, fails, and then heads up back up, or moves up here, tries to test this high, maybe across here, and fails down here. Do we have enough room to get in? That's the next thing. Oh, see, where's our stop? Right here. Looking at it from this side. Anyways, there's a couple of ideas as far as trying to trade on the right-hand side, looking at these bars and anticipating how it develops. So, as I said, I'll be hanging around here for till about 10:30. Come back maybe on later on, see how things work out. Okay, this is Vance. Bye for now.